The U.S. used a powerful mystery weapon that brought Venezuelan soldiers to their knees, bleeding through the nose and vomiting blood during the daring raid to capture dictator Nicolas Maduro, according to a witness account posted Saturday on X by the White House press secretary. In a jaw-dropping interview, the Guard described how American forces wiped out hundreds of fighters without losing a single soldier, using technology unlike anything he has ever seen or heard. "We were on guard, but suddenly all our radar systems shut down without any explanation," the Guard said. "The next thing we saw were drones, a lot of drones, flying over our positions. We didn't know how to react." Moments later, a handful of helicopters appeared, barely 8 by his count, deploying what he estimated were just 20 U.S. troops into the area. But those few men, he said, came armed with something far more powerful than guns. They were technologically very advanced, the Guard recalled. They didn't look like anything we've fought against before. What ensued, he said, was not a battle, but a slaughter. "We were hundreds, but we had no chance," he said. "They were shooting with such precision and speed, it felt like each soldier was firing 300 rounds per minute." Then came the weapon that still haunts him. "At one point, they launched something. I don't know how to describe it," he said. "It was like a very intense sound wave. Suddenly, I felt like my head was exploding from the inside. The effects were immediate and horrific. We all started bleeding from the nose," he said. "Some were vomiting blood. We fell to the ground, unable to move. We couldn't even stand up after that sonic weapon or whatever it was." The White House did not immediately respond to a question regarding whether Carolyn Levitt's sharing of the post, captioned, "Stop what you are doing and read this," indicated the administration was verifying the veracity of the eyewitness account. An estimated 100 Venezuelan security forces were killed in the Jan 3rd attack, according to the country's interior ministry. It is unclear if any of those deaths were caused by the mystery weapon. The outmatched defenders were helpless as the small U.S. unit wiped them out, the Guard said. "Those 20 men, without a single casualty, killed hundreds of us," he claimed. "We had no way to compete with their technology, with their weapons. I swear, I've never seen anything like it." The military has had directed energy weapons, which neutralize targets using focused energy, such as microwaves or laser beams, for years. But this could be the first time it's been used in combat by the U.S., an ex-U.S. intelligence source told the Post. China reportedly used a microwave weapon in 2020 against Indian soldiers during a border dispute in Ladakh. The source noted that those weapons have capability to at least produce some of the symptoms, including bleeding, inability to move or function, pain, and burning. "I can't say all of those symptoms, but yes, some, and we've had versions for decades." After the raid, said the Maduro loyalist, "The message couldn't be more clear. Don't tangle with Uncle Sam. I'm sending a warning to anyone who thinks they can fight the United States. They have no idea what they're capable of. After what I saw, I never want to be on the other side of that again. They're not to be messed with." The Guard said the raid has already sent shockwaves across Latin America, especially after President Trump recently warned that Mexico is now on the list.